the Cambiamocho Staff Comprehensive School Capacity Building, the end of Term 2, 2025. The reason you are here today is one, resilience. I want us to develop resilience. The reason you are here today is two, cohesion. Sema cohesion. The reason you are here today is sharpening the soul. Sema hivyo. Sharpening the soul. The reason you are here today so the reason you are here today is for your mental wellness. Sema mental wellness. Mental wellness. And your physical well-being. So I want us to develop a holistic approach to that. And for us to achieve that, we have several programs running. The first one will be a session with us. Short session with us where we will develop habits, because habits define the people we are. So, then after that we will take you for a team building session. We'll let you find icebreakers. You will do a lot of things, you enjoy, and then we do a small session for you. After that, we know now utakuwa umepata space na yai itakuwa imeteremka. We come back for a full capacity lunch. Hiyo. Courtesy of your honorable madam. We're going to have a session on personal development, because I told you guys I want you to be empowered. Sitaki ufanye kazi, then you retire and you die after 5 years. That is what we agreed. I want you people to prepare for your retirement by being the best you can be. And that session will have a surprise event. Surprise. So here tutaita surprise. Then afterwards we will have closed our together activities. We are going to break into individual activities. So there are very many things offered in this place. And unfortunately, because we are working with some budget, there are some activities you will pay but at a discounted rate, but they are optional. Sawa? So activity ya kwanza yenye ni free tuliwapatia inaitwa anguka nayo. Sema anguka nayo. Anguka nayo. Hiyo anguka nayo inataka ukuwe na another set of nguo. Sasa kama una another set of nguo, anguka nayo inaweza kuwa 3. Then the second activity ni zip lining. Zip lining ni hiyo yenye Sergei sema yeye atafanya leo napita hapa ukienda. So they are normally offered at 500 shillings, but today we have agreed with them, they will do at 300 per person. So kama unajiweza moyo unaweza anza zip lining. Then kuna kitu aerob utapanda juu. It's a very interesting thing because you are developing resilience. It's also offered at 500, lakini juu of our relationship with these people, nakubaliana 300. Unaona? The last activity ni sikia kuna mtu anataka kushindana na fish. So swimming iko at discounted rate. Instead of 300, they will do for us 200. Yes. Are we okay? Kabisa, sindio? So we go down to our first session. Yes. No, it's normally in fact, you can't have moja tu katosheka. But you can always repay another one. Yes. They also say 2 is. So let's start our first event. I want us to develop habits of highly effective people. Sema hivyo.
Highly effective people.
Habits of highly effective people. And what makes highly effective people? That is the question I want us to ask ourselves. What makes highly effective people? What do you think makes highly effective people? Utawaonyesha watu pia. how they are contributing to this conversation. We are recording this. We'll be sharing it in our YouTube channel. I hope every one of us is okay. Yes, I want to see what makes effective people. Good planning, consistency. Yes. I'm also teaching communication skills. Sasa nataka kusikia kutoka hapa. Flexibility, perfect. Control planning. Okay. D for Diana. Time management. Hello, sir. Yes. Attitude. Which attitude? Negative or positive? Positive attitude. Medium. Yes. What makes highly effective people? Teamwork. Good. So I think we agree. We are going to borrow from 4 books. Number 1, inaitwa Habits of Highly Effective People by Steve Covey. Sawa? Number 2 is Habits for a Better You by yours truly, Patrick. Then we are going to borrow from Grit for the Road by yours truly. And finally, we are going to borrow from a book inaitwa A Super Woman. Then I also give you an assignment to go and read some other books. That is one, Starting with Why by Simon Sinek and The Purple Cow. So habits, the first 3 of the habits build us. I want you to win you. I want you to do what? I want you to win you. Before you change your husband, I want you to change yourself as the wife. And before you change the wife, I need you to change yourself as the husband. Before you change your kids, you need to start with who? You. Before you change Madam HOI, where do you start from? Yourself? Yourself. That's why I have written the book, Habits for a Better You. But let us see the magic of habits. In your staff room, I told you 1% per day. You remember? 1% per day. Who remembers that assignment I gave you? I told you I want you to improve only 1% per day. Do you remember? What was the mathematics about that? If you are to improve 1% per day today for the next 366 days, 365 actually, you will be 37.8 times better. Unaona? Inamaanisha hivi. Kama uko na kuku 6 leo, you will be somewhere around 2 points. If you are to improve by 1%. I asked you the other time, how many of us read books? And you say, we don't have time. Mulisema nini ingine? Hamuna nini ingine? You are being forced to read. Super hard. The internal self-drive to read. What else? Attitude. Hakuna hizo vitabu. Yes. Majukumu ni mengi. I wanted to know that one. So most of us, we are not reading because we are saying we don't have time and we have a lot of activities. But let me show you the power of 1%. I just want you to read 10 pages per day. So tuko na 2 options. You read 10 pages per day or 10 minutes per day. Which one do you want to choose? Yeah? So let's do the 2 scenarios. If you are to do 10 pages per day, you will have done 300 pages per month. An average vitabu zetu ni 50 to 100 pages, meaning you will have read 3 good books. Times 12 inamaanisha how many books? 36 books in a year. So do you have any reason why we are not reading? Let's see the magic of 10 minutes in a day. How many of us have personal meetings with themselves? When was the last time you had a personal meeting with yourself? Structured personal meeting. wasomi. When was the last day as a senior you had a personal meeting with yourself? So I want you to imagine what 10 minutes in a day of personal meeting can do to you. You'll be having 10 minutes in a day. Time is 30. Itakuwa ngapi? 300 minutes. That is how many hours? 5 hours in a month. Times 12. 60. Boss? 60. That is how many days? Hata simu? So we have 5 hours. Time is 12 months. Yeah. We get how many hours? 60 hours. That is how many days in a year? You have had 3 days. Yako mwenyewe. It's a whole weekend for yourself. Just by doing 10 minutes in a day. That's why I'm telling you the power of 1%. Unaelewana? And what is the inversion of it? If you are to develop, you will be that 7 times better. But if you are to do the reverse, you will be 0.03 of your life at the end of the year. What I mean, madam, if you were to increase ombe unakunywa by 1%, unaelewana? At the end of 1 year, your life will be 0.03 of what you have today as a teacher. Of what you have today as a father. Unasema bro, ile usharati uko nayo. Increase by 1%. At the end of 5 years, hakuna kitu itafika nyumbani. Kale itergi. Ile mshana uko nayo. Mwanaume? Mwanaume sema apige ndoro. Ile 1%. Mshana ukiincrease by 1%. At the end of 2 years, hakuna mtu atakanyanga kwako. Unaona? The power of 1%. That's why I was telling you habits. We are the results of our habits. So let's go to habit number 1. Be proactive. Be proactive. Proactivity means you think before and you act before. Many of us in our lives, unfortunately, tuko kama Geche. Geche ilisema ngeni mengi. Ship. Mmoja aliliwa, akaulizwa mbona mwenzako ameliwa? Akasema nini? Ngeni mengi. Mwingine akaliwa, akaendelea kusema nini? Ngeni mengi. Baka yeye akiliwa ama very many of us here are firefighters in our lives. You are fighting fire and fighting fire in your families because you don't want to solve things before even they occur. So I want you to be proactive. Watch a poor reactive from today. Take initiative. Think and act before. And that is what I was telling you the other time. I want you to invest 20 years of your life saving your 20 million. I want you to do the 31 years, saving that 500, and you'll be having your 20 million. But some of us will take it lightly. Now wengine wata retire bila even 1 second. That is unfortunate, yeah? The second habit is what is called starting with the end in mind. Starting with the end in mind. When you read Greek for the Road, I've quoted a place where we say, nobody will buy your wife, nobody will buy your watch, madam, and nobody will buy your house. Nobody will buy your watch, and nobody will buy your house. But every one of us will buy your wife. So let me see. I want to give out a book of I want you to tell me what is the mission, vision, and the core values of our schools. Now, utanisaidia kuongeza zawadi ya 500. Any teacher will answer correctly. What is our mission, vision, and core values as a school? Kirumon. Forward ever. At least amejaribu. And thank you for kuokoka. Yes, I want to get an answer. Mission statement. Wakambia motto. Primary school. Kwama. Yes. Core values. Love. So a vision statement.
Patriotism, social justice.
No, a vision statement will start with 2P.
No, I was
Oh, for the core values. That's okay. At least you have done your best. I want to see the vision. I want a whole package.
Oh.
So what are we realizing here today? We are realizing we are not loyal to our school. True or true? We are not loyal to our school. Because what are you teaching those kids? You should be teaching them your why. Why are they in Kambiamoto Comprehensive School? They are there to attain a mission. They are there to be impacted a mission. And they are there to be inculcated some core values. And especially in this era, we are talking about competency-based education, where we encourage value-based learning. So from today, the next time I become that staff, I hope you have done that. So let's start with your why in your life. If you don't want to be pushing on anything in life, I want you to go back and say, why am I doing this? I want you to write down skin in the game. Skin in the game. Skin in the game. What is the skin in the game? That is a phrase which means, what are you losing by not attaining what you wanted to attain? I want to give you two statements. Tuko na huyu madam X, sawa? She's a strong alcoholic. Asijapiga watu alcoholic sana, sawa? Lakini wacha ni declare, kama hapa nitasema kitu chungu, sitaomba msamaha. Kama ni ukweli, wacha iko uchungu times 4, lakini uko. So we have this person X. Nataka aache kuomba. We have this statement to make. Statement number 1, we tell him, ukiacha pombe, your body will be good. You'll come back to be sleep. You'll come back to be tender. You'll be healthy. So, and then person other B, we tell him, if you don't leave this alcohol, you will die in 3 weeks. Which one of the two ataacha pombe? Yeah? B, sida? Kwa sababu gani? He has been told what he will lose. But actually, the same thing will happen to the two of them. If the other one, AX, will not leave alcohol, it will affect him and he will die. But what you have done, you have programmed that mind to tell him what he will gain by doing a certain behavior. But person B, you have told them what they will lose by a certain behavior. So I want you to ask yourself, what will you lose if you don't decide today to be a good mother? If you don't decide today to be a good staff room member? If you don't decide today to work on that PhD? If you don't decide today to work on that degree, what are you going to do? What? To lose. That's why I want you to begin with the end in mind. While writing this book, some of them took me 4 years. Some of them took me 8 years. But I was consistent because I was seeing the end in mind. Madam Ochai will push a lot of things they want the school to achieve. But if you don't have the right why from individual level, it might be hard. The third thing is, first things first. First things first. And we have 4. We have a quadrant of 4. Quadrant number 1 is urgent but not important. Like, we are seeing somebody is declining. What are we doing? Because it is urgent. So we have urgent and not important, urgent and important, not urgent and important, not urgent and not important. I want you to tell me in your life, what quadrants do you spend most of the time? Urgent, important, urgent, not important. Not urgent but important, not urgent and not important. Urgent and important. So any other opinion? It's alright. Not urgent but important. Yes, boss. Uko sawa? Yes. Oh, you're also doing not urgent but important. You? Urgent and important. So the reality is, most of us, we do things which are urgent and important. But I want you to change from today and do what they are doing. They are doing things which are not urgent but important. Let's make a classification the one. Things which are urgent and important. Tukisema kuna risasi imetoka kambi ya moto inakuja kuua mtu kwa hii room. Kila mtu anatoka ama atatoka? Tukisema kuna kilipuko, kuna kitu nyumbani umepigiwa simu, kuna mgonjwa, so utakimbia? Because those are urgent and important. Unfortunately, if you spend your life doing things which are urgent and important always, you'll be like a firefighter. Because you'll be attending to things on a daily basis. What are things which are not urgent but important? When was the last time you took yourself for a whole test? Test ya mwili, najua hamtaki kupima ukimwi, lakini kwa sababu mlisema nini? Ukipima tu siku moja utapata kitu unatafuta. But when was the last time you did a full test? Medical test. When was the last time? Yes. Why? You remember? Yes. Why? Why? Do you love yourself?
Yes.
But you are not spending time, energy, and money on yourself. And you're telling me you love yourself. When was the last time you did exercise? Intentional. Wachana na hiyo ya medium. Intentional exercise daily. Yes, not even daily. Let's say in a weekly basis, you are doing 3 times in a week, 10 to 30 minutes. Think about that. When was the last time in our families we had a family meeting? Honest family meeting. I like that. When was the last time you had an honest family meeting? When was the last time uliambiwa I love you, mama? That is, kama yako ni jana, that is very good. But hapa ndani, the last time tuliambiwa I love you ni siku tulitongozwa. When you came into marriage, everything stopped. Because we don't do things which are important but not urgent. So I want you to do things which are not urgent but important. Stop doing things which are not important and not urgent. Like what? Mwashere. Who is a gossiper? Gossiper is anyone who spread things about issues they are not concerned and they cannot provide a solution. That is a gossiper. What other thing do we do which is not important and not urgent? Backbiting. Yes. So the first 3 things in Noambia, the first 3 habits in Noambia is what is called the habits you need to win yourself. So I want us to go to the habits you need to win as a team. And I want Madam Deputy to come. Kama Mr. Deputy. Mr. Deputy? Yes. So, wacha nitumie huyu girlfriend wangu wa ndoto. Just come. How heavy is this glass? How many grams? 100 grams? How many grams? 150? How many? 200? 250. So we want you to tell us how heavy this one is by doing an experiment. Hata unyoshe mkono yako. That. Unaona? You will tell us how heavy it is. Usiamshe glasi yenyewe, hatuna pesa nyingine ya kununua. Shaona umechoka unapiga ndio. How heavy is that glass? That is an experiment to determine how heavy that glass is. Which time is to change? 200 grams to 1 kg, 2 kgs to 10 kgs. Mbona umebadilisha hivyo? What you will realize is the more she holds this glass, the more it becomes heavy. And that is how resentment works. The more you hold to that pain, the more you hold to that enmity, the more you hold to that vengeance, the heavier it becomes in your heart and in your life. You can drop it. Asante sana. So, in your staff room, how heavy is that resentment? Madam HOI, how are you? Are you a proud leader when your students, when your teachers go for masters? Mama, wewe ndio una sign transfer mbio sana. When I was doing my masters, nilikuwa na mwalimu X. And actually they had to kutoroka kwa shule. And some had to seek sick leave. Ndio wakuja wafanye mtihani because their heads were not good people. Unaelewana? So number 1, sema think win-win. Think win-win. That is habit number 4. And the 4 habits sisi as a team. So think win-win. There are 4 situations in life. Ya kwanza ni win-win, ya pili ni win-lose, ya tatu ni lose-win, na ingine ni lose-lose. Sisi tunaenda gani? Oftentimes, Diana, which one? Lose-win. Oftentimes, we do this. Either we win, ama to lose one. Let's be honest. Nani anachagua hiyo? Either to win, ama to lose what? That is mostly the 2 options we have. But some people in this time from also wanafanya kitu kinaitwa lose-win situation. What is that lose-win situation? You are a very good teacher. Unaelewana? Perfect. Sasa wewe hata ya permission. Hata HOI akisema unamwambia yes madam. Naweza chukulia lesson gani? Ni kweli? Many of us here they take lessons for the other teachers. Yeah. Because they are good people. But in the evening what do they do? Wana complain. Wameumia? Hata huko kwa nyumba kuna bill baba na mama wanafaa kuchangia. Wewe unasema nini? Nika solve. And then what happens? Wana complain. What will be happening to your life? You'll be sacrificing to please others. But unfortunately, you are no. Sema no. N-O. That is a full sentence. N-O is a full sentence. Do not fear saying no. There is power in saying no. By saying no, you have made a deliberate decision on the thing to say yes. So from today, do not fear to say no. Do not fear to make those boundaries because you need them. I don't want you to burn out like this. So think win-win. Win-win means you win and I win. Those are the situations I want you to think about. Before, number 5 will tell us that. Before you blame Madam HOI, I want you to do number 5. Seek to understand before you are understood. Seek to understand before you are understood. And what is the importance of that? Utasema baba Kipchumba, ungenielewa. Hii kesi ingekuwa imeisha. Na baba Kipchumba anasema nini? Mama Kipchumba, ungenielewa. Hii kesi ingekuwa itawaisha. So that is number 5. Seek to understand before you are understood. And number 6 is what is called synergy. Sema synergy. Synergy. That is what has brought us here today. Teamwork, team building, thinking together. And the best thing I want to illustrate with that is because tuko karibu na Lake Bogoria. Wangapi wameona those flamingos wakipa when they are migrating? How many of us have seen that? Which pattern do they normally form? Yes, madam can demonstrate that for us. Simama tu mahali huko uonyeshe. Yes. They hold a V. They normally do a V formation. Why do you think they do a V formation? That is one. They do a V formation. What sound do they normally produce? Why do they do that? So V formation. One cannot be left. That's a good trial. Another answer. Let's see. Yes. Okay. When you do a V like this. Yes. I'm a Google. Yes.
Positioning.
Yes. Clap for him. These birds, while they are flying, they are displacing air. They are going against the wind. So when they do a V, they make it easy to displace what? That air. And they use less energy to travel. And if you look at them, they normally change positions. Ndio mwenye ako mbele akishachoka anarudi. Mwingine anaenda mbele because ule wa mbele ndiye anatumia little energy. Then the croaking, hiyo sauti wanatoa is because they want to maintain a rhythm while they are flying. And that is the power of synergy. So if birds can be synergized, why don't we synergize as human beings? Because wewe unafundisha STEM, lakini umesikia madam anafundisha languages na huko nje wanafunzi wanaongea na nini? Kikale. Wewe ukasema nini? You don't care. Because after all you are not teaching what? English. Lakini mtihani yako madam unasetiwa na nini? So who will fail? So let's synergize. And lastly, the habit we are going to study in this session is called sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw. And the proverb says, if I was given 9 days to cut a tree, how many days will you use to sharpen the saw? If I was given 9 days to cut a tree, I will use 8 days to sharpen. You are given 9 days to cut a tree. I want you to use 8 days to sharpen the saw. Because if you have a sharp saw, you will be able to cut that tree again. So guys, what I want to tell you is today, take intentional breaks in life to refresh, to meditate. So you know, 10 minutes per day to think about yourself, to reflect about your lives, to take yourself for an out. And I gave you a very simple formula. I gave you a very simple formula the other time. When I came to your staff room and you told me you don't have money to take yourself for an out. You remember the formula? I gave a very simple one. Let me do it again so that we keep it. I want you to take your family for an out by doing the following. Save an amount equal to the day of the year. Save an amount equal to the day of the year. Tarehe moja Januari tutasave ngapi madam? Save an amount equal to the day of the year. Tarehe moja Januari tunasave 1 bob. Tarehe mbili? Tarehe 31? Save an amount equal to the day of the year. So tarehe 31? 31. Tarehe 30 of March? About 90. Tarehe 31 of December? 365 or 366. Do you know how much you'll be having at the end of the year? You'll be having 68,900. 68,900. That is if you just save flat. But in the afternoon, I'll teach you on how to save correctly. You'll get 73,000. Naelewana? That is enough to go to Masai Mara for 3 times. Because Masai Mara you need 25,000 for your family. So hauna excuse ya kupeleka familia out. Hiyo kibeti tukiangalia iko na 20 bob. Iko na 40 bob. Iko na 100. Those are things I want you to accumulate consistently. The most important thing is it's about habits. It's about how you program your mind. So that has been our first session. Are you happy? Yes. Have you learned something? Yes. Let me see if you are good students. What have you learned? Saving myself. Yes? Yes.
Try to do the things which are not urgent but important.
Things not urgent but important. Perfect. Be proactive. Good synergy. Yes. Learn to say no. The power of no. Yes. Making boundaries. Nice. Saving. Personal. Yes. Power of synergy. Power of win-win. Perfect. Madam? A win is a win. So we do win-win. Diana? Synergy. Yes. Synergy. Improve 1% per day. Say no. Habits. Sharpen the sound. Starting with the end in mind. Perfect. Thank you so much. When you go out, I want you to now tengeneza hizo vizuri. Sija? Umesema nani ndio dancer? Uko hapa. Au huyu eh? Sasa, you have questions? Yes.
What how can you differentiate between having a meeting with yourself and
fantasizing? And any other question? Any other question? I have seen Madam Yes? Yes. When will you have that meeting, Yapa? Personal. Any other question? Yes? Any other question from this section? Okay, good. So, when we talk about dream, now, and we say we want you to dream, and we say we want you to see, what do you normally mean? You can decide to dream big or dream in a slumber. When we talk about dreaming, we are metaphorical to say want you to think about big things. Yeah. Want you to imagine the great things in life. But when you phantom, you are actually thinking about crazy things, but not in an intentional way to push yourself to the next level. So you are just imagining things for the sake of imagining. That is fantasizing. But now, when you are having a personal meeting, this is what you are doing. Let me make it clear for you. Number one, what are the things you feel you want to thank God for? Because I want you to thank God for one thing in a day. And at the end of the year, you'll have thanked God for 365 things you have achieved. I want you to appreciate one person in a day. And at the end of the year, you have made 365 people to smile. I want you to meet one connection in a week. And at the end of the year, you have made 52 new connections. That is what we mean by personal meeting. So, number one, what are you thanking God for? Sawa? Number two, what is your day becoming that day? What is your plan? How many of us have diaries? Do you have diaries? Do we plan our days in the morning? So you will spend, what you will do, if you have 10 minutes in the morning, you realize jioni, before you sleep, utaanza kuintroduce another 10 minutes. So actually you'll have 6 days in a year. So it's good. Mumaisoma kitabu inaitwa 5 AM Club. There is power in waking up at 5 AM. 5 AM Club. Unaenda kazi saa ngapi? By 8, si ndio? So 5 AM, wake up, meditate, exercise, refresh, then when you go. Give yourself that 1 hour. Whether you do it or not, the 1 hour will go in. So that is what I tell you. What was the other question? When? So I have given you the 2 options. You can do it in the morning or in the evening. The when is very good. Ni kama sleeping. Sleeping is very important for you people. But the quality itself, if you normally sleep 8 hours in a day, ensure you consistently sleep 8 hours. Now we'll establish a pattern. We are products of patterns. So kama unalala 10, uamke 4, let it be a pattern. Utajipata tu inaendelea. Ukianza kusoma by the way, ikafika mahali ukikaa bila kusoma, una feel you are not complete. That is the power of that. Thank you so much, guys. I can see you are very good students. So in the afternoon session we meet, and I want you to be personally developed. Sasa? At that time, nitauliza this question and I want you to go and think about it. What are the lessons you can get from a bathroom? Asante sana, we can break out. Twende huko juu pamoja.